What's up guys? Today we're having a throwdown between two epic mid layers. This Patagonia R1 Air and this Arc'teryx Proton Hoodie have both been in the game for a long time. They're tried and true pieces. They are fantastic whether you're hiking through some rocks, some dirt, some dusty trails, whether you're skinning up while skiing in the backcountry. You know, just if you're looking for that, one active mid-layer piece that's gonna pretty much have you covered wherever you are. These are two fantastic options, and today we're gonna talk a little bit about why. First up, we're gonna talk about warmth and weather versatility, where you might use this, where they are best performing. So that Arc'teryx Proton Hoodie here is pretty nice because it has some unique fabrics. On the interior here, you've got that core loft, kind of fleecy synthetic insulation, which is wrapped in that kind of soft shell Fortius Air 20 face fabric. So it's a nice multi-use piece because it has that gridded fleece interior that we've all come to know and love. Super moisture wicking, super breathable, super comfortable and cozy on the inside, but then also with that outer face fabric that you really don't have to be super careful with. You can rub this up against some granite walls when you're climbing or skiing and not really be too worried about it getting crazy messy. It holds heat really well, it blocks air really well, and it's got a little bit of water resistance in this with that face fabric, which is always nice. And then if you compare that to the R1 Air, you can kind of see here that similar gridded fleece is on the outside. With this, it's a 100% recycled polyester, again with that kind of zigzag gridded fleece. So this is definitely going to be very, very warming, very breathable, but it's not going to be as durable of a piece of gear. Without that face fabric on the outside, this fleece is going to have a tendency to scratch a little bit, to pill a little bit, but this is definitely a more breathable piece. So from rock climbing to skinning up a hill, if you're looking for something that's going to keep you really, really insulated and warm and cozy, but also be super breathable and allow that heat to expel out of the jacket, the R1 Air is really good for those types of situations. Both really good in cold conditions and dry conditions. But if you're really, really burning calories, if you're redlining it, if you're going hard in the paint, go for the R1 just because it's more breathable. But if you're going on more cold weather adventures where it might get a little bit wet, and it's going to be really, really, really cold, maybe think backcountry skiing or snowboarding or some ice climbing and want something slightly more durable, I think the Proton is the better option for that one. So we've talked a little bit about use case, breathability, comfortability, and now fit, feel, and function. I would say the Proton has a little bit more of that typical Arc'teryx trim fit. It does have a little bit more tech to it, I would say. It's got those articulated sleeves, the gusseted underarms, and just enough stretch for scrambling or climbing, but not like so much stretch where it feels like a sun hoodie or like a neoprene type of thing, but again, just enough to give you the good mobility while not sacrificing any durability. So like I said, if you're scrambling, you don't really have to baby this thing around granite. So it's got nice and breathable materials here in the armpits like we talked about, and again, just that material right here under the armpits that just allows you to have just enough mobility and stretch. This one does come with that external pocket right on the left chest, right under that bird logo there. So nice kind of hand-sized pocket on the inside, just for stashing some quick stuff away, maybe like a GPS device or a cell phone, as well as just two pockets, which also come with that core loft gridded fleece, kind of synthetic insulation on the inside. So if you ever have to tuck your hands away when it's really chilly, it's nice to have that fleece on the interior as well on both of those pockets. And then when you open this up and get it open, again, you can just see that gridded fleece on the inside there is just super, super comfortable. It runs all the way from the hood throughout the entirety of the arms. And then what's nice about this jacket, again, that sleeve there is fully elastic, so it really allows you to have really good wrist mobility when you're getting into any of those kind of active pursuits. And then again, with this having the hood, Arc'teryx being a little bit more of a tech-focused brand, they do have that little cinch on the back so it can sit nice and tight around your helmet or around your head if it's really windy, if it's a gusty day, so that way you can look around and make sure you can see everything that you need to look at without having that hood blow off of your head. So really nice technical addition there on the Proton. And then with the R1 Air, just a lot more simple. So again, it's got that gridded fleece right on the outside, super cozy, super comfortable, super breathable. You can see if you look at this gridded fleece pretty closely, like the air runs right through it. So it just does such a good job of being breathable and insulatory. I think that's a word at the same time. But again, a lot more simple piece. So right under this Patagonia logo, you've got the single chest pocket, which is definitely a lot smaller than that Proton pocket, but again, good for a small phone, a GPS device, maybe an energy gel or something like that if you're just quick and on the go. And then this one does not come with a hood. Both the R1 and the Proton come in, man, I don't know, 5 or 6 different styles. There's the thicker, more durable ones. There's ones with hoods. There's the Air, the lightweight version, the heavyweights. But all in all, they are fairly similar, but the R1 Air here that we have, this one does not have a hood. We also have some with the hood, but it's the same thing either way. This one just opens up in that quarter zip fashion. And again, that grid fleece runs throughout the entirety of the jacket, but only with that quarter zip. And then it does not have any of the front/side kind of hand pockets. So again, as you kind of can see here, very similar jackets, but if you're looking for something quick and light for a really quick active pursuit, maybe climbing when it's cold outside, or if you're doing some skinning or anything where you're gonna be relatively close to a car and not out for a long time, the R1 Air is a fantastic option because it's more breathable. And then again, if you're out on longer pursuits where you want just like one mid layer that can also solo as your slightly waterproof soft shell, something slightly more protective, slightly more rugged, the Proton is definitely going to be the thing for you. But again, both fantastic pieces, simply more rugged, more lightweight, more breathable at the end of the day, but both fantastic for different use cases. If you had to choose between one of these jackets, where would you use it and why? Definitely want to chat with you guys out in the comments, see why you're using these things and learn a little bit more about different use cases that people are using this gear for. So definitely something, as gear nerds, we're all interested in that. If you want to check any of these fleeces out or really anything else we carry, head on over to our website at ridgeandriver.com and use that code YouTube10 for 10% off of your next purchase. Definitely want to save you gearheads a little bit of money, and definitely leave a comment down below if you like it or not, and a review on the website if you do end up buying anything. That really helps us out. Make sure to leave a comment, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, all that good stuff. Thank you so much for watching. Again, YouTube10 over on our website for 10% off, and we'll see you out there. Later.